Well, first of all, just want to say congratulations to Vargas, Mura. I think we witnessed a our modern day Gotti Ward type of fight, and I mean, obviously this fight, you can make the argument that it calls for a rematch, but that's obviously a future conversation we're going to be having with both teams and Mura's promoter, Mr. Honda. But what a heck of a fight! I mean, it was an incredible fight. This fight, like Hoppin said, should have been stopped like 3 times. It was just an amazing fight. The attendance today was 11,274, which was incredible, amazing. I think it was a pleasure working with Rock Nation, with our co-promoters. Once again, we want to thank all our sponsors for making everything happen, for spreading the word all across the world. Thank you very much. And the main event lived up to expectations. It was a terrific fight. I believe Cotto still has a lot left in the tank. He faced a Canelo that was stronger, and I think a lot of people were surprised in Canelo's waist movement and his side-to-side movements, and so this fight here is just going to take Canelo to a whole new level. I mean, these are the types of fights that you must have to give you the experience necessary to continue facing the very best. So we want to thank Canelo. We want to thank Miguel Cotto and his entire team. Like I said before, he demonstrated tonight that he still has a lot left in the tank, and obviously there's no shame in a defeat. He faced the younger lion. He faced a Canelo that was hungry for victory. And I want to make a special announcement to everyone that Canelo's next fight will be in May. We are locking in those dates for next year, Cinco de Mayo and September 16th, on those weekends. So Canelo will fight once again in May and September. What else? Questions? Anybody? Questions? Before the fighters come out?
May 2nd against who?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to sit down and talk about. It's very interesting because there's the Triple G fight. There's obviously other fights at 154. I have to get a feel of what Canelo wants to do, what his body tells him to, making the weight. He made 154 and a half, I believe it was. So the question is he going to stay at 154? Is he going to stay at 160? Those are the things we're going to talk about.
Well, Oscar, can I just ask you, you say, you've said in the whole promotion you want the best to fight the best, and clearly this fight was almost sold as the winner fights him, and now all of a sudden, we'll see if he fights him next. I mean, how, the fans are all talking about wanting to see that JJG fight. How do you rationalize putting on another fight as opposed to the fight that the fans
I'm not saying he's going to fight somebody else. I'm not announcing anything. I'm going to let him rest. We're going to talk about it. Is he going to fight Triple G? Absolutely, of course. It's not a question. Canelo is willing to fight anybody. the very best. That's who he is. That's his character. That's why he's the guy right now, today. He's made his mark, and Canelo is the guy who is on top of the sport now, and the fans deserve the best fights, and that's what we deliver.
Oscar. Hey, Oscar.
Yes.
Right here. What does this mean for Golden Boy Promotions? You guys are coming off a kind of a little losing streak with your last two big fights, and this has to be big for the company, doesn't it?
Well, of course it's big. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. But it's much bigger than Golden Boy Promotions. It's huge for boxing because this is a new era in our sport, and get used to this right here. Exciting fights and the fights that the fans want to see. That's what we're gonna deliver. And yes, it was huge for Golden Boy Promotions. Absolutely. I mean, I was crossing my fingers every single second and every single minute of every round. Believe me. But you win some, you lose some. I mean, that's what happens when you fight the best. When you're willing to put up your fighters against the very best. I mean, I'm sometimes confused because a lot of people tell me, well, why did you put him against that tough guy? I mean, don't fans want to see good fights and competitive fights, you know? So we're gonna continue doing what we're doing, and that's pleasing the fans. That's the bottom line.
I was just wondering about the disparity, like maybe between the scorecards with Cotto and Canelo. It was a great fight, but what do you think about how far apart the scores were?
Yeah, I mean, Canelo clearly won. That's a fact. I really didn't see the scorecards. Yes, you can make a strong argument that the scores could have been not too spread apart, not too wide. But yes, Canelo clearly won, no doubt about it. But I'm not a judge. I don't judge fights. But yes, it was a great fight, and Canelo clearly won.
Mr. De La Hoya, when I came in, you were talking about Miguel Cotto's performance. I know he's not your boxer, but obviously, on your experience, what can you say about Miguel Cotto's future? Does he has still something to give?
Yes, I strongly believe Miguel Cotto has a lot to give to the sport. He proved it tonight against a young guy who's 25 years old, and I mean, Canelo fought a terrific fight against a terrific fighter, and Cotto shouldn't walk around with his head up, with his head down. He should be proud of his performance. He did an excellent job. I mean, Cotto can go up against anybody, and you know, he can become world champion once again. I mean, he still has a lot left in the tank.
Oscar, you've been quite outspoken recently about Mayweather and the lack of entertainment that some of his fights provided. Do you feel that a fight like tonight went some way to maybe reversing some of the damage you feel was done to boxing in May?
Well, look, I mean, people were eager to see an exciting fight. You know, after the disappointment with Mayweather and Pacquiao, of lack of action, you know, people were eager to see a good fight, and that's what both fighters delivered. So you know, the fans were happy. The fans were on their feet. They were cheering. It was an exciting night of boxing. You know, overall, it was an exciting night of boxing.
Last question right here.
Hi, right here. Oscar, what about our rematch with Mayweather? Nobody believes he's retired. He will try that record of Rocky Marciano. What about our rematch with Canelo?
Well, we would be open to it. Absolutely. I'm sure Canelo will love the opportunity. As like I said right now, Canelo is the man right now, and that's exactly why I said we're fighting him in May and we're fighting him in September. Whether it's here in Las Vegas, whether it's anywhere around the world, he is fighting in May and September. And if Mayweather wants to fight him, then we can discuss that in the future. Let me call up to the podium the co-promoters of this event who did a wonderful job, and it was a pleasure working with them. My Rock Nation, Michael Yomer.
Hello, everybody. Let me first congratulate Team Canelo on a great fight tonight. I also want to congratulate Oscar and his entire team at Golden Boy. We've had a terrific experience over the last couple of months working together. He is a first-class guy, a great promoter, and a great friend. Tonight, obviously, was very disappointing for Miguel. He will not be addressing the media, but we have Freddie here that will talk on behalf of Miguel. If there's any questions, we'll take those as well. Thank you so much.
Hey Freddie, were you surprised how much bigger Canelo looked in the ring against Cotto?
Yeah, he was bigger, but I still thought that my guy fought a good fight. We had a game plan to outbox him, and I thought we did that. I thought his defense was impeccable. I thought he blocked a lot of shots. I think they gave a lot of points for not scoring a lot of shots, but he landed a lot of combinations. I thought he fought a good fight. It was a good close fight, good competitive fight, good for boxing, but I thought we had the edge at the end, but it went the other way, and that's life.
Mr. Roche, what do you think about Miguel Cotto's now future after this fight? 35 years old, very much wars. What do you think he should do right now, and why didn't he come to the press conference? Personal situation or something, health or something, whatever.
He's disappointed, and he felt that we outscored Canelo in this fight. We landed a lot of combinations, and our defense was again very good. But he cares enough, but he's just disappointed right now. And the thing is, I thought he fought a good fight. I think he has a future of a couple more fights in him, if they're the right fights. But we're getting close to the end, and he's had a great career, and I'd like to say maybe a rematch, but we'll see.
Hey, Freddie, two things. Do you think Miguel didn't throw the left hook enough? I know he was throwing a ton of jabs in there tonight, but you seem like after a while he maybe had him set up for a left hook. And then secondly, and he didn't throw it. And then secondly, I wanted to ask you, can you kind of break down, in your opinion, how Canelo would match up with Golovkin?
Well, the thing is, our plan was to outbox him, and our plan was to out jab. We thought the jab would work well, and it did in the fight. And we weren't going after the hook as much as usual because we were working behind the jab, and then the right hand behind that worked sometimes, but not enough. But maybe we should have went with the hook a little bit more. But the thing is, we fought a hard fight. We did the best we could. And what do I think about Canelo and who? Triple G, that's a great fight. I mean, you got two tough guys, two real strong guys. Both guys can punch very well. I'd like to see that fight.
Freddie, was there anything you felt like Miguel could have done differently or done more to pull out the fight? And what did you think of Canelo's performance tonight?
Well, he fought a good fight, but the thing is, I thought Miguel was landing the jab very well, but he was giving up the slack, and I thought he should have backed him up a little bit more. I would have thought we had more success with that, but I still think he outscored him along the way. But the thing is, again, it was very competitive, good fight, good for boxing, good for the boxing world for sure.
Hi, Freddie, right here. If you could talk about the size factor, because obviously Canelo swelled up a little bit. Cotto wasn't able to really move him with his punches, it seemed. Do you think that it'd be wise for Cotto to go back to 54? Is that what you'd like him to do in his next fight?
Yeah, it's definitely an option that we'll pursue, definitely, because, going into the fight, he weighs like 159 and his opponent weighs like 175. And he was a bigger, stronger guy, and we did have trouble backing him up. He came forward a lot in the fight, but I don't think just coming forward wins fights, though. I mean, I know he threw a lot of punches. I know he landed some good shots, but we blocked a hell of a lot of shots also. I mean, I still think that we outscored him number-wise, but again, like Oscar, I'm not a judge, but I thought he won, but. I think I motivated him enough between rounds to go out and win rounds, and there were a couple rounds that I told him that he gave away and that he needed to be more offensive and back his opponent up, and he went out and he did what I asked him, I thought, and even HBO after the 10th round talked to me, and I wasn't really concerned. I mean, all four of my cornermen, none of us were concerned about losing the fight. We all had our guy ahead. So, but I guess the judges had it. But what really bothered me was the scoring was bad. I thought because the scores, we didn't lose the fight by that much. There's no There's no way. But I did say some things about the commission and about people, and I mean, I was mad. I apologize if I offended anybody, but I still think we won the fight, though. I mean, the thing is, I thought he listened to me very well in the corner, and I don't think I had to motivate him any more than I did.
So what rounds then do you think that you lost?
Well, now you're gonna ask me what rounds. You think I can remember that? I don't keep a scorecard in my pocket. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Fred.
Yes.
Freddie, right here. Freddie, did you think Miguel stayed in the pocket sometimes too long when he shot in his combinations and didn't move out of the ways quick enough?
Yeah, the thing is, I wanted him to use angles a lot more, and I wanted to throw combinations and use angles or get out of danger. And a couple of times he stayed right in front of him in exchange with him, and those weren't his best rounds. And I thought his boxing, his footwork was pretty good. But the thing is, I think we needed, I think we could have done a little bit better. Yes.
Freddie. Was Canelo more than what you guys expected? How much has he improved?
He was more than I expected. Yes, he's improved a lot. I think he's become a better fighter. He's a young kid coming up, and again, I think from his last fight he looked better in this fight, and he's fighting better opponents, higher caliber guys. And again, like him and Triple G, I'd love to see that fight.
This will be the last question.
Freddie, if there's such a great disappointment from Miguel, do you think that this is it for him? Do you think are you going to talk to him about retirement?
I'm sure we'll talk about it and see how he feels. And but the way he works in the gym, his work ethic, and he works so hard. And I don't think that it's over. But the thing is, but we will have to discuss that, and we'll have a long talk about that, and we will make the right decision because I care about my fighters. And if it's over, it's over. And but. I guess we'll have to see on that one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Saturday, November 28th on HBO. The HBO sports team, which was ringside for the live coverage at the Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas, called the action. Available in HD TV. The hard-hitting ring action will be presented along with the encore replay of the HBO World Championship boxing event featuring Vladimir Klitschko versus Tyson Fury from Dusseldorf, Germany, beginning at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. I haven't talked about the trainer. What Canelo has been, or what he's accomplished after the Mayweather defeat, I mean, really is incredible. And if you think about it, his improvement, I mean, the way he's been growing as a fighter, and again, if people forget, he's only 25 years old. He just turned 25 years old. So, every fight that he's had after the Mayweather loss, he keeps getting better and better and better and better. So, I really do think that people should consider Eddie Reynoso trainer of the year. I think he's deserving of it. I mean, it's a huge win against Miguel Cotto. One of the most exciting fights of the year, one of the biggest events of the year, and they passed the test with flying colors. So, I mean, it's just my opinion. We hear Canelo's here, he's a couple of minutes away. So, the WBC middleweight champion of the world, Ring Magazine world champion, Canelo Alvarez. Here he is, the new champion, Canelo Alvarez. Come on, guys.
Agradecer a todos ustedes por todo el apoyo que me brindaron en lo personal y decirles que estoy muy contento y no me canso de repetir que soy un hombre bendecido.
First of all, good evening. Thank you for being here. I just want to thank everybody again for all the support. It's a great feeling. I feel very, very happy, and I won't stop saying it. I'm a blessed man. Okay, so we'll open up for questions, please. Questions?
Saul.
No, la verdad que me siento muy contento. Me siento muy orgulloso de lo que hice. Obviamente es una gran experiencia para mí. Miguel Cotto es un gran peleador. Es una gran experiencia para mí. Me siento muy contento porque no solo fue para mí, sino para toda la gente que está a mi alrededor. para todo mi país y más que nada quise dejar bien en claro que tengo a los mejores entrenadores del mundo.
The question, I'll translate that. The question is, how are you feeling after this big victory? And Saul's answer was, I feel great. I feel very good. It was an honor to be in the ring against Miguel Cotto. Again, I don't take anything away from him. I respect him. But it feels very, very good. And I just, I felt that I put up a good fight. I'm getting better. And I feel I have the best trainers in the world.
Saúl, felicidades en tu victoria. ¿Cuándo sentiste que tú tenías la ventaja sobre él en la pegada? Acá. ¿Cuándo sentiste que tenías tú la ventaja sobre él en la pegada y
No, desde el primer asalto sentí. Desde el primer asalto lo sentí. Obviamente es un gran peleador, pero me sentí superior en pegada, me sentí muy bien, la verdad. Obviamente con esa presión, ¿no? Como lo dije, es una gran experiencia para mí. Me sentí con esa presión de ganar. Quizás pude tirar más golpes, quizás pudo acabarse antes la pelea, pero me sentí con esa presión de ganar. Yo creo que a todos nos pasa, ¿no? Pero me sentí muy bien. Sentí que iba ganando la pelea, conecté los mejores golpes, me quité muchos, entonces me sentí muy bien.
The question is, when did you feel that you had the advantage over Miguel Cotto? And Saul said, from the first round, from the opening round. You know, I felt that I was stronger than him. I was able to move around very, very well, control the fight. I felt that I was winning the fight. I made him miss a lot. But yes, from the opening bout, I just felt that I had the advantage and that I was going to win the fight, and I won the fight.
Yes. Congratulations, Canelo. This fight was contested at a catch weight of 155, but that was with Cotto. What do you think is your best weight going forward after having a training camp?
Me siento muy bien, me siento fuerte en mi peso. Me siento fuerte, lo marco bien, entonces yo creo que los resultados se dan en las peleas, ¿no? Y me siento cómodo en este peso.
I feel really good. I feel really strong at this weight. I can make the weight easily, and the results are there. You know, this is my weight class, and I made weight very, very well.
Canelo, buenas noches. Antes que nada, felicidades por tu pelea y el segundo título en los 160 ahora. Terminando tu pelea, te preguntaban acerca de Gennady Golovkin y me gustó tu actitud. Dijiste, antes no podía hablar de esto, pero ahora sí puedo hacerlo. Me encantaría que reiteraras lo que dijiste arriba. Viene una nueva era del Canelo y Golovkin no te preocupa.
Así es. Antes de la pelea me preguntaban mucho. Yo respeto mucho a los peleadores que tengo enfrente. Respeto mucho lo que viene, ¿no? El rival que viene, la pelea que viene, por respeto a todos. Pero ahora pueden preguntarme y les puedo contestar, ¿no? Como lo contesté, Golovkin es un gran peleador, es un gran amigo mío, lo conozco, pero estoy dispuesto a pelear con quien sea. Yo no le tengo miedo a nadie, y como lo dije ahí, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a subir, me pongo los guantes y me aviento otros 12 rounds.
The question was, you were asked a question about Gennady Golovkin after the fight. Can you repeat what you said and what you felt? And Saul said yes. A lot of people before this fight happened were asking me about Golovkin, and I didn't want to answer because I had respect for the person I was going to fight tonight. But now they can ask me, and I know Golovkin very well. He's a friend of mine, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, I have respect for him, but I'm not afraid of anybody. I'll fight anybody, anytime. I'm not afraid of anybody, and if you guys don't believe me, I'll get back in the ring, put the gloves on, and I'll go another 12 rounds.
Canelo, ahead of the 12th round, you were clearly ahead on points, but you continued to come out very aggressively. How important was it for you to either try and get the knockout or at least continue to put on a good show?
Sí, no, era importante, ¿no? Dejar bien en claro la victoria, y por eso es que mi esquina me mandó ser más agresivo y por eso es que lo hice, ¿no? Para dejar bien en claro la victoria.
I wanted to leave no doubt that it was a clear victory. And I knew that I had to keep being aggressive. So my corner told me, look, go out there, be more aggressive, keep doing what you're doing. And that's the reason. I wanted a clear victory. I didn't want any doubts.
Hello, Canelo. You fought a few fighters that used a lot of movement in the ring, like Cotto tried to do tonight, like Iristan Lara, Floyd Mayweather. Can you talk about how those fights, that experience, helped prepare you for this fight against Miguel Cotto tonight?
Sí, no, yo creo que todo es experiencia, ¿no? Esas peleas me ayudaron para esta pelea, como lo dije, me hicieron llegar siendo un peleador más sólido, con más experiencia y creo que eso me ayudó para esta pelea y como lo dije, ¿no? Que pondría todo de mí arriba del cuadrilátero para poder ganar esta pelea porque era importante como todas las otras.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. Those fights did help me with the experience. I feel more of a complete fighter now, a solid fighter. And I said that I was willing to do whatever it takes to win this fight because it was important to me. And that's what I did. But yes, you're correct. Those other fights with those other fighters prepared me for this moment.
Hey, Canelo. If the WBC asked you to either fight Golovkin next or give up the belt, what do you do?
I'm ready.
You ready? So we're going to see Golovkin in May or what?
He's ready.
Ready.
There it is.
Canelo, right here. First of all, you're the new middleweight lineal champion. Congratulations. Thank you. You are going to be the A side going forward. Are you going to continue to demand catch weights, or will you go up to 160 to fight your opponents?
Bueno, ahorita vamos a descansar, veremos qué es lo que vamos a hacer, pero lo que sí te aseguro es que haremos lo mejor para que la gente siga disfrutando de buenas peleas.
He says, right now I'm gonna rest. That's what I want. I'm gonna rest. But I will say this: I'm gonna continue to do my best so that the people can enjoy my fights and enjoy boxing. Okay. Last question, please. Last.
What do you think about Gennady Golovkin's self-described Mexican style? And do you think you'll have the full backing of the Mexican people when you fight him?
No, bueno, esperemos a que se haga la pelea, a ver qué pasa.
Well, we'll wait and see when we make that fight. We'll wait and see what happens. Okay. Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Thank you very much. Salud, but thank you guys very much.
That Francisco Vargas came back from the hospital. He was getting his test. He got sewed up out of respect to all the writers. So he wanted to say a few words to you guys and explain to you a little bit about his fight. So here he is, the new champion, Francisco Vargas.
Buenas noches a todos. Estoy muy contento porque quería ser campeón y lo logré y les di una gran pelea a los fanáticos.
Good evening to everybody, and thank you all for being here. I'm very happy. I wanted to be a champion, and I finally reached my dream, and I'm very happy for that. Questions? Preguntas?
Hola, bandido, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches, muchas felicidades por tu triunfo. Pues qué pelea, ¿no? La que das, me parecía de pronto que la balanza se inclinaba hacia Miura y de pronto das una vuelta tremenda, ¿no? ¿Qué opinas de tu actuación?
Bueno, pues sabía que iba a ser una pelea bastante dura porque Miura era un gran campeón, tenía fuerte pegada, pero nosotros veníamos bien preparados, sabíamos a lo que veníamos y demostré.
So the comment and question was, congratulations for a great fight. There's a feeling the Miura was getting the better of you in the opening rounds and the first beginning rounds, and then all of a sudden you just turned it around. What an incredible fight. How does it feel? And Francisco said yes. He's a very tough fighter. He's very strong, very tough. And but I prepared well. And we were going to be ready for a tough fight, and I was able to pull off the victory. Okay, over there. Question, okay.
Francisco, en primer lugar, felicidades en tu victoria. ¿Piensas que esta pelea te va a abrir las puertas para más oportunidades grandes?
Bueno, creo que sí, y creo que hay unos grandes peleadores en esta división y creo que pueden haber buenas peleas.
The question is, do you think with this big victory, it's going to open up some bigger doors for you? And Francisco said, yes, absolutely. That's what I'm looking forward to. And yes, it should open some better opportunities for me. Okay, guys, anything else? Over here, I think there's a question over here. Yeah, over here. Okay, last question.
Francisco, primeramente felicidades, una gran remontada. Hubo un momento donde pensamos que la campana te salvó. ¿Tú qué estabas pensando cuando para la campana y en esa remontada pensaste que tenías la posibilidad de regresar? ¿Y qué sacaste, de dónde sacaste el poder para poder hacer esa remontada? Gracias.
Trastabillé, pero yo no estaba lastimado, como que me tropecé. Yo estaba bien, él se me dejó venir y traté de esquivar los golpes y terminó el round, yo estaba bien y fue cuando me dijo la esquina que había que apretar porque me podían parar la pelea por la cortada y me golpeé al cuerpo, vi que resintió el golpe y ahí fue cuando pude meter mi combinación a la cabeza.
Okay, the question was, again, what a great fight. It looked like the other guy had the advantage. Mira had the advantage, and how were you able to pull it out? What were you thinking? What was going through your head? He hurt you. It looked like he hurt you in the earlier rounds, but then you just came back. And Francisco said, yes, you know what? Look, he did knock me down, but I wasn't hurt. I was never hurt in the fight. And my corner said, look, you're going to have to be more aggressive. You're going to have to come out and be more aggressive. So I started working the body a little bit. I know I hurt him to the body, and that was able to open up the combinations and the punches to the head on top. So that was the difference, and that's what won me the fight. Okay, guys, thank you. Francisco's gonna go get some food with his team. Ralph, his manager. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to all the press for a wonderful event. Thank you for the coverage, and we will see you, some of you, December 19th, where we're gonna close off the year with Luis Ortiz versus Brian Jennings on HBO. Thank you.